This is Italian football lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Champions League playoff first leg games. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Thank you so much. Let's start with first game, Brest PSG off. Brest is going to be at home. Brest got a very good start to Champions League. Really, they get the job done better than I expected from them, but they got two successive defeats in the recent two games in Champions League. They lost against 3-0 Real Madrid. In last match at home, they lost against 2-0 Shakhtar Donetsk in away game. And PSG team has superiority against Brest in the recent games played between all of these two teams. Two French team is going to encounter. And my dear friends, PSG is at the top position in French League. And PSG team won versus 4-2 Manchester City at home in Champions League. And again, they won against 4-1 Stuttgart in last away game in Champions League. PSG got two successive victories in the last two games of Champions League, my dear friends. And my dear friends, Brest couldn't get any victory against PSG in the recent 5 games played between all of these two teams. PSG is stronger and better team than Brest, and they are at the same time they are more experienced and quality team than Brest. Because of that, my dear friends, I want to take a chance to PSG for victory. Brest 1, PSG 3 is my prediction for this game. Sporting Lisbon, Borussia Dortmund, off. Sporting Lisbon is going to be at home, and they got a very good start to Champions League, but after they got bad results in Champions League as of lately, my dear friends. And Sporting Lisbon stayed there against 1-1 Bologna at home. They lost against 2-1 Leipzig in away game. Borussia Dortmund is so inconsistent team this season. It's so hard to make prediction on Borussia Dortmund's matches. Borussia Dortmund lost against 2-1 Bologna in Champions League, but they won against 3-1 Shakhtar Donetsk in last match at home, my dear friends. And at the same time, Borussia Dortmund has superiority against Sporting Lisbon in the recent games played between all of these two teams in Champions League, my dear friends. And Sporting is at the top position in domestic league, my dear friends. And this is gonna be so hard clash. This game may end up in draw, my dear friends. Draw is possible in that game, but with home advantage, just by 1 goal difference, I feel in that way. This is just my intuition. I want to take a chance to Sporting Lisbon for victory. Sporting Lisbon 2, Borussia Dortmund 1 is my prediction for this game. Third game, Juventus PSV. Off. Juventus is going to be at home. These two teams encountered in the first game in Champions League this season, and Juventus won versus PSV 3-1 at home. And Juventus couldn't score in the last two games of Champions League. They stayed there against Club Brugge 0-0 in Champions League, and they lost against 2-0 Benfica in last match at home in Champions League. And PSV got two successive victories in the last two games of Champions League. PSV is so dangerous team. They are at the top position in domestic league, my dear friends. PSV won versus 3-2 Liverpool in last match at home, and at the same time, this PSV team won versus Red Star 3-2 in last away game in Champions League, my dear friends. This is gonna be so hard clash, my dear friends. PSV is so dangerous team, but I feel in that way Juventus will make the advantage of playing at home. Just by 1 goal difference, Juventus will get the advantage in the first game. I want to take a chance to Juventus for victory. Juventus 2, PSV 1 is my prediction for this game. At Manchester City, Real Madrid, off. These two teams encountered in Champions League almost every season. In the last 3 seasons, these two teams encountered 3 times. In the last 3 seasons, Real Madrid eliminated City 2 times. City eliminated Real Madrid just 1 time, my dear friends. And these two teams' games are inclined to end up in draw, prone to end up in draw. And Manchester City team won versus Manchester City team, my dear friends, lost against PSG 4-2 in away game Champions League. They won against 3-1 Club Brugge in last match at home in Champions League. Manchester City is playing better at home, but Real Madrid is so experienced and quality teams, but they have some defensive problems as of lately. Nevertheless, Real Madrid is at the top position in La Liga. They are so strong, quality and experienced team. Real Madrid won versus 5-1 Salzburg at home in Champions League, and they won against 3-0 Brest in last away game in Champions League, my dear friends. This is gonna be so hard clash, my dear friends. I feel in that way I cannot put forward one side for victory. My prediction is going to be draw for that game. Draw. Manchester City 2, Real Madrid 2. And my dear friends, Club Brugge, Atalanta, off. Club Brugge is going to be at home, and Club Brugge is playing way more better at home. They got good results at home, but they stayed draw against 0-0 Juventus at home in Champions League. But they lost against 3-1 Manchester City in last away game. They are on the second spot in domestic league, and Atalanta is so dangerous team. They are on the third spot in Serie. Atalanta got good results in away games this season in Champions League at the same time at home. Atalanta won versus 5-0 Sturm at home. In last away game, Atalanta stayed draw against strong opponent Barcelona 2-2 in away game. My dear friends, this game may outcome in draw. Draw is possible in that game, please don't forget that. But I don't know why, somehow I feel in that way. Just by 1 goal difference, Atalanta will win over against Club Brugge. I want to take a chance to this Atalanta team for victory. Club Brugge 0, Atalanta 1 is my prediction for this game. Celtic Bayern Munich off. Celtic is playing so good at home. They are so dangerous team at home. Bayern Munich got some bad results in away games this season in Champions League. And Bayern Munich won versus 3-1 Slovan Bratislava in last match at home. But Bayern Munich lost against Feyenoord 3-0 in last away game in Champions League. Bayern Munich is at the top position in Bundesliga, my dear friends. And Celtic team won versus 1-0 Young Boys in last match at home. But the Celtic team lost against 4-2 Aston Villa in last away game in Champions League. Celtic is so dangerous team, my dear friends. In the last game played between of these two teams, Bayern Munich won versus Celtic 2-1 in away game in Champions League. Again, so hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. But Bayern Munich is stronger and better team than Celtic. This game is open to surprising result, but nevertheless, what can I do? I want to take a chance to Bayern Munich for victory. This is my prediction. Celtic 1, Bayern Munich 2 is my prediction for this game. Monaco, Benfica, off. These two teams encountered one time this season in Champions League, and Monaco lost against Benfica 3-2 at home this season. And Benfica is so dangerous team. They are on the second spot in domestic league, and Benfica lost against 5-4 Barcelona at home, but they won versus 2-0 Juventus in last away game, my dear friends. And Monaco team won versus 1-0 Aston Villa in last match at home, and Monaco is playing better at home. Please don't forget that, but they lost against 3-0 Inter. They lost against 3-0 Inter in last away game, my dear friends. Monaco is on the third spot in French league, in local league, my dear friends. This is gonna be so hard clash, and any result is possible in this game. This is so hard to make prediction on this game, my dear friends. But my dear friends, in the last 3 games, Monaco couldn't get any victory against Benfica in the last 3 games played between of these two teams. This time, this is just my intuition. I am not assertive about this prediction. I want to take a chance to Monaco for victory after a challenging game. Monaco 3, Benfica 2 is my prediction for this game. Feyenoord Milan, this is the last match. Feyenoord is going to be at home, and Feyenoord is playing so good at home, my dear friends. Please don't forget that they got back-to-back victories at home in Champions League. And they won versus 4-2 Sparta Prague at home. They won against 3-0 Bayern Munich at home. But my dear friends, they got frustrated defeat against Lille in the last away game by losing 6-1. And at the same time, Milan is so inconsistent team this season. Milan got some bad results in away games. I don't rely on this Milan team in away games so much, my dear friends. Milan team lost against 2-1 Dinamo Zagreb in last away game. But they played the most part of the game with 10 players against Dinamo Zagreb before Milan won versus Girona 1-0 at home, my dear friends. And this is gonna be so hard clash, my dear friends. Again, any result is possible in this game, but I feel in that way with home advantage. Feyenoord is so dangerous team. I want to take a chance to Feyenoord for victory in the first leg game. Feyenoord 2, Milan 1 is my prediction for this game. All my predictions like this. Champions League playoff first leg games. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may write your comments down below. Please click the like button. It makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!